So, my name is Fernando, and I was born in Brazil until about 9 years old. And then my family and I, we moved to Miami, to Florida, where we lived until I was 16 years old. And in 2008, because of the issues with the banks and the bubble, so we decided to do Aliyah instead of going back to Brazil. And at 18, I joined the army. I didn't know any Hebrew. I learned all my Hebrew in the army. And what else do you want to say?
Your name, your age, your story about Brazil and United States, and how was the Aliyah?
Aliyah was Aliyah לא היה פשוטה, פשוטה. It wasn't easy, Aliyah, because I don't know. It was again changing countries at the age of 16. It was the third country we moved to. So it wasn't easy, but it was. After a while, we just started living, and it was back to regular life. So.
Where did you put your roots in Israel?
I live in Ra'anana.
Ra'anana? This is the first place you came to Israel?
No, so we arrived at Ashkelon just where they sent us. But then the moment we got to Ashkelon, we had connections already in Ra'anana, and my mother fell in love with Ra'anana, so we stayed there.
And you joined the army? So tell me about all this process.
So while I was in high school here, I went to like a Olim Chadashim high school, like in the class of a high school. And I had a mentor who I spoke about regarding the army, and I wanted to have a fulfilling service. I didn't want to just come home every day. I wanted to do something fulfilling. And when I noticed that I was going to be going to Kravi, to the combat units, so my mentor at the moment he was in Givati, and I liked what he said about Givati and all that stuff. So I went ahead and I did the Gibush for the Palsar, and then that's it. That's how I got basically into Givati. There's just through my mentor.
How did you get wounded?
How did I get wounded? So in 2011 in July, I was already in Kav. I don't know how to say that. I was already in the border. We already stopped training and everything. We were in the borders. We were in close to Ardoz. And the moment we changed, we changed with Nahal. Nahal was there. They came down to Gaza, and we went up to Ardoz. Literally a day later, from Sunday to Monday, they had infiltration into the border, and it's right before Amud Anan when everything was heating up. And nobody saw it coming. Nobody was ready for it, and I guess that's their strategy. That's how they know what they're doing. And we all got in a Hummer. We just put everything in the Hummer. We went to the border. I was a Mefaked Kita at the time. So the moment I got out with my officer, my Katzin, and also the other commanders of every Kita, of every class commander. And I was the second one to leave. It was my officer and then me. And then first he went down for to take cover. I kept running after him, and I don't know where it came from. I got shot, fell down, and just waited for the whole situation to end. The bullet hit me on the side, pierced through my stomach, and I spent 9 months in the hospital being rehabilitated. And until today, I'm doing physiotherapy. But before all that, so we were in a place where a helicopter couldn't come and take me. So they had to first, neutralize the situation and bring everybody down. And once that was possible, they put me in a stretcher. They took me to the Hummer, back to the Hummer. The Hummer took me to an ambulance, and the ambulance took me to a helicopter.
You were conscious all the way?
I was conscious for like 50 something minutes. 50. But it took like an hour and something to get to Rambam, to the hospital in Haifa. And I spent there about 2 months in Miyun, in the emergency care. I wasn't like, every time they would put me back into surgery and find a different place that I was bleeding internally. So they had to open, close again, and then it was a mess. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, so it was a long journey. And now it was 6 years later, and everything is okay.
Then
I was released from Tel Shomer probably 2012.
or something like, yeah,
June,
middle of it, okay.
something like that. So after Tel Shomer is when I started coming to Beit Halochem, and it's where I would do all my physiotherapy right here in the, and all my gym. Like I go to the gym here and the pool in the back and do my hydrotherapy, swimming. So yeah, this is after Tel Shomer. This is where I would come to rehabilitate myself and work on myself. And my goal is to keep improving.
Are you still in pain?
Yeah. Like I don't. Okay, so the bullet injured my L4 and my L5 vertebrae on my back, but not straight impact. It was just the edif, like the, how do you say it? So it impacted my L4 and my L5, and because of it, so I don't move anything below my knees. Like I'm paralyzed below my knees. I with the IBIL that I got from the United States. But the main thing is pain. Yeah, I did it for 5 years.
And you will come like regularly, very often?
I come almost every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
So
if I'm in school at the moment, but after school in Herzliya, I just come here, get my workout done and my physiotherapy, and I'll go back home. It's like part of my life now.
So this is where you got your like full rehabilitation?
This is where I got my full rehabilitation. Yeah. Like Tel Shomer is there for you to get out of the bed.
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then here's where I would come to
the actual
so yeah, as I was saying, Tel Shomer is basically there for you to get out of the bed. And then this is where I come to improve my life and to keep going, basically.
Did we talk about your goals?
My goals is right now is to finish school, find myself a nice career, make some money.
Do you have something specific?
I'm studying finance. My specialization in school is finance and with business managing. But yeah, like my goal is to keep improving on myself, keep getting better as usual. I work hard on myself, really hard. Finish school in June, my last semester. Yo. And then find a nice job. I don't know.
You will, I'm sure.
I'll figure it out. So when I was wounded, the main challenges was from the beginning, like learning how to get out of bed, learning how to go from a bed to a wheelchair, and then from the wheelchair to an alichon?
Walker.
A walker. Then from a walker to makabain, what's wrong with
Crutches.
With crutches. And then from crutches to one crutch, and then from one crutch to a makil, and that's it. I mean, it's little by little. It's so long. It's step by step. It requires a lot of dedication, time, patience.
And it's all physically?
No. It's very mental. It's all in your head, because the physical part cannot be done without the mental part first. I noticed with time, at first I didn't notice this, but with time I noticed that if my mind wasn't in it, so I couldn't get my workout done. So you have to put your mind into it, get over the pain, get over the difficulties, and push through. So that's basically how I got here today.
Who's supporting you all the way?
My parents. Yeah. My parents all the way. My mother, my father, yeah.
There's nothing like mother and father?
No. And it's also seeing them go through what they're going that makes me want to get better, because I don't want them to feel, like they can't help, or for them to feel sad or anything like that. So.
Beit Halochem supported you?
Yeah, of course.
Tell me about it.
So first of all, the physiotherapy is much better than the hospital physiotherapy, because here they push you further. They don't want you to do like daily things. Like in the hospital, they want you to do daily things. How to stand up and brush your teeth, and how to get in bed and stuff like that. But here, it's the physiotherapy to like get you ready for everyday life. And then we have the gym, which is available when it has easy access. It's a great gym. And then we have the hydrotherapy pool, which is it's a pool, and they have specialized people to work on your body. And the moment you're in water, right? So your body is weightless. There's no weight on your body, so you're able to do all the exercises that you can't when you're outside of the water, inside the water. So that's another plus. Along with these three things together, it's how I got to where I am today. Just working on it every day.
Amazing.
I think everybody's even if someone else was shot just in the exact place I was, the injury is always different. Everyone's a different situation. But what I do have to say is, depending on what your situation is, if it's PTSD and if you have a leg missing or whatever your situation is, I think dedication, patience, and always looking forward to getting better is the number one thing. And not focusing on the past, because that already happened. Finding support from the ones who care around you. And just keep going forward. Just every day go forward a little more. Figure it out. It made me take life more seriously, but at the same time not to take little things for granted and not stress the little things. You know, like I used to be the kind of person with a short fuse, and every little thing used to get me in the wrong mood. And now I realize how small these things are, and I'm able to I've become mentally stronger, for sure. Oh, I'll take this moment to really say thank you. Number one, for the donors. You guys are basically the people who make it possible to have a place like this and to be able to progress. And I also want to say thank you for the ones who supplies with the scholarships, because it's helping me study. At the moment I can't work because I'm working on myself and I'm in school, so I don't have those extra 8 hours a day to actually hold a job at the moment. So because of you, I'm able to work on myself, take time for myself, and at the same time study and focus on my future.